Everyone, don't you just love Instagram? I know I sure do. And there's 800 million other people who are on there active every day. But today I want to talk to you about the part of Instagram that I had previously shunned just a little bit. But now I'm back. And that is IGTV. So thanks so much for joining me. If this is your first time here, my name is Eileen Smith, and I like to help those of you who are overwhelmed with all of the technology and all of the online communications that's happening these days. And I want to help you bridge that information gap. And I do that through my Patreon, and my patrons always get this information first, and that Patreon is patreon.com/Eileen. So you can head over there if you want to be the first to know. Like, for example, what I'm going to go over today, my patrons already knew about this about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so let's get started talking about IGTV. Okay, let me do a quick rundown. And I see some folks are here, so hi. Thank you so much. Don't forget, hashtag 2taps. 2taps are for those of you who want to like this video if you like it, and share that out on your social medias. And also, if you're new here, 2taps means subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap of IGTV and all the components of Instagram that get our attention and have these millions and millions of users so engaged with the platform. So first you have your Instagram feed. That's your traditional feed that came out when Instagram first came on the scene and started off with square images only. And then later on, it started allowing us to put short videos, and then it started letting us put even longer videos. I think right now we're up to 60 seconds for an Instagram video. You can also create what's called a carousel post where people can swipe through. You can make that a combination of images and videos. So that's really cool. So the other thing that we want to talk about when it comes to Instagram is Instagram Live. Now, y'all know live streaming is my thing, right? Learn to live stream with Miss Eileen. So I love Instagram Live, but I'm going to come back to Instagram Live in a minute. The next part of Instagram is the stories. Oh my gosh, Instagram stories are so much fun. And I do have tutorials here for you if you're not familiar with Instagram, how the stories work, how Instagram works, or even how to create the next piece that we're going to talk about, which is your IGTV. Now, when it first came on the scene, we're talking vertical video. So a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't like the idea of folks taking their YouTube videos and Facebook Lives and videos from other platforms and then just cropping them down and putting them up on IGTV. To be honest, I didn't like that either. And so that's one of the reasons why I wasn't using it as much in the beginning. And so, it's okay, though, to repurpose content. And so this is what I've been doing with the content. And before I do that, I want to come and say hi because I see now that a few folks have come in and said hi. And there's been intuitive yoga. Hello. how are you? And then there's my dear friend, Rob Fuzz. How are you? Rob says, I love your inspiration and your energy. Thank you for your hard work. Oh, thank you so much, Rob. That's so sweet of you. Smash that like button, everyone. Now, I just want you to gently and lovingly just take your well manicured finger and just tap it. Tap it. You get your 2 taps. Tap that like button, tap that share button. That's hashtag 2 taps. But if you want to smash it, you can go ahead and smash it. And then my girl Ruth is here. Good morning, everyone. You guys make sure that you're connecting with one another. You know, I've shown before where you just head over to those 3 dots on the side when you're in the live chat, or even if you're watching us on the replay, that live chat will be there, and you go ahead and connect because, hey, that's what makes a community. All right. And then Shay Mack is here. Hi, how are you, Shay? Great. And you guys are all saying hi. Can't wait till you talk about the new Ecamm features. Okay, we can talk about Ecamm at the end. Let's get back to the IGTV. So, like I said, the repurposing was kind of, it was getting on my nerves because it wasn't fitting the format. It's supposed to be vertical video. And to take a landscape video and just it's like trying to squeeze a round peg into a square hole, or is it the other way around? Either way, it wasn't fitting. And it just didn't look good. And, people had tutorials out here about how you could go into Premiere Pro and all these other highfalutin programs, but most people weren't even bothering to do that. They were just slapping them up there. So here's what I have started doing, and here's what I'm seeing that I'm finding a little bit more successful, and that is with your Instagram lives. Because it's the vertical format, because it's the vertical video, to go and use those, but you don't want to use the exact video because you can download it to your phone, save it to your camera roll, and then you can get it on your computer in various ways. Of course, if you have a Mac and you have an iPhone, you just use AirDrop, and drop it over there, okay? You want to take the highlights. You want to take the best of. You do want to do some editing, and there are so many free options and affordable options out there, guys. So don't try to make it seem like you can't afford to go ahead and get that up there. So that will save you some time, because I know that there is just so much that we need to do, that we need to keep up with. But here's the update that I want to tell you about that was made. And I want to share with you my experience. The update they made to Instagram allows you to take a 1-minute clip of your IGTV, and it will post right on your Instagram feed. It'll be right on your feed. So for folks that don't use the feed that often, this is perfect. Especially, this is what I had been doing a lot of stories, and of course going live. I wasn't posting in the feed that much. And because of that, when I started using IGTV again, you have a limit. It's either longer than 15 seconds, but up to 10 minutes. Okay? So when I did that, people started seeing my IGTV. They saw it on Instagram, in the regular Instagram feed. And they saw that 1-minute clip, and they would either watch the 1 minute and then maybe go back to their Instagram feed. Maybe they didn't go over to Instagram TV, IGTV, to watch the whole thing. And that's okay. They saw a minute of it, which is good enough for me. It was better than what was happening before. Okay? So, here's what I did. I kind of got crafty the last time I put up a video. Actually, I think it was last week. It wasn't 2 weeks ago, it was last week. The video that I made for IGTV. Now, this one was not repurposed. I specifically made this video for IGTV. And the video was only 1 minute and maybe 5 or 6 seconds. So even if somebody watched the whole thing on Instagram versus watching it on IGTV, they basically saw the whole thing. Especially in this particular case because I put bloopers on the end. So there was really no more content at the end. So that was my strategy. And let's just say hi to a few more people before I go a little bit more into that. Hey, Caleb Lozier. I love that name. I hope I said it correctly. And Rob says, I am not a fan of vertical video. Well, vertical video is not my favorite kind of video. But, when you're watching Instagram Live, and I watch Instagram Lives, especially certain people, especially the ones that teach Instagram. I watch their lives. Or if it's somebody that I really want to, I just follow all their content wherever they go. I watch their Instagram Live. So I'm watching vertical video. Of course, it's nowhere near to my heart like horizontal video is. But what I'm trying to encourage you is to just think of another place where people can find you. Think of another place where people can benefit from your content. Think of another way to serve your audience. Okay? So, you're not going to make a 10-minute long video because I've done that as well. But here's my suggestion for someone who's just getting started with IGTV or just want to breathe some life into their old IGTV station, okay? Start off with a 1 minute or a little bit longer than 1 minute video. Because if it's not 1 minute, you won't get that option from IGTV to share it to your feed. It has to be 1 minute. Longer than 1 minute. So you make it 66 seconds or, I wouldn't chance it with 61 seconds because then it just may not work. It's okay to have 66 or 68 or something like that. Or even if you go less than 2 minutes, like a minute and a half. But what you need to do is to tease that there's something at the end. I mean, it's the same way we should all do with any of our videos, to have that little teaser, like I've kind of teased you guys that I'm going to show you my results. And I see most of you guys are all here. And even my friend Beauty has joined. Beauty Bubble has said 3 taps from hashtag 3 taps. I'll take that too. Doesn't look like a hashtag, but anyway, hashtag 3 taps. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. I guess it makes sense because people are watching on a phone. Yeah, I mean, and it does not mean that we are abandoning our horizontal video, right? My Instagram explodes. I definitely need to give it more love. Yeah. And see, right now, this is why I always give my patrons this information first, because you kind of got the early mover advantage, okay? Because there are going to be hundreds of people going to watch my video, as well as, other Instagram folks who are talking about this, and then everybody's going to be doing IGTV again. Right now, not that many people doing it. So when folks are seeing it on your Instagram, they may not even realize that it's an IGTV. Because it looks square on your Instagram. And now I'm going to start showing because I feel like I'm talking but without showing you what I'm talking about. And Tiffany is here. Wait a minute, hang on. Rob had another comment. When you post longer videos, does it divide into segments? No, it does not. You have to And I'm not sure. Let me just do a quick recap because that question makes me think that you didn't understand my point. And Tiffany, hey. And also Adam, hey. How you been, Adam? Thanks, you're back. Okay, so you make a video that's anywhere between 15 seconds and 10 minutes. That's your IGTV video. Instagram, this latest update that I'm sharing with you is that now they're going to let you have a 1-minute preview, and they're going to prompt people to click the button to watch the rest of it on IGTV. And so I'm glad you asked that question, Rob, because I did not make that clear. Instagram is going to prompt people. They'll see a little thing pop up. Not really a pop-up, but it's kind of like a fade-in. That'll be like, watch the rest, and I don't remember the wording. Well, maybe we'll look at one and see. Watch on IGTV. Okay? So they don't split up anything except that 1-minute preview. So now, let's take a couple more hellos, and then we're going to look at the screens here. Hey, Larry Snow, great to see you. And Larry's there. Okay, and Tiffany's again saying, hey. And Tiffany's saying, snap, yes, yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome for the clarification, Rob. You probably missed it when I said it at the very beginning. So, and it's clever. It's very clever on Instagram's behalf. It's just such a pain to transfer it to my phone all the time. Transfer what? I'm not sure what. You don't have to. Oh, you can upload to Instagram IGTV from desktop. Hello? If you didn't know that, don't worry. I'm about to show you again because I did do a tutorial about this long ago. But because I'm encouraging you to do it again, we're going to do it again. All right. So let's roll the tape. No, we're not going to roll the tape. We're going to first do a screen share of the video. I think that's the first thing I want to do. Okay, this was the IGTV video that I did. And remember, I said I did this one exclusively for IGTV, all right? So this was not a repurposed video. And you'll see there, as it goes along, I'm showing the new gear that I got, and then as it gets to the end. All right, so now let me back up. I went too fast, guys. I want to back up and see these 3 dots at the very bottom. There's the heart, there's a comment, there's the arrow for me to send it to somebody, and next to that is the 3 dots. I'm at the bottom left-hand side. And this is the magic. View insights. And you get to see how many views you got, how many likes you got, how many comments you got. But what I really, really loved about this was my audience retention. My audience retention was 22%. And I got to tell you, guys, that was more than I got on YouTube. I got more views, and I got them in the first 24 hours. I had the double the amount of views that I had on a YouTube video for that same day. Double, okay? And I had double. Well, the retention on YouTube, I can't really compare because when you go live, it's kind of awkward how the way they give you stats on retention. But pretty much 22% was amazing. And I had done videos prior. You saw that in the second video was getting ready to start playing. I had done a previous IGT video, and I was happy to get like 2 and 3% retention. So to get 22% was incredible with the 340 views, which is a lot for me because I've got 2,700 followers. Let's go to desktop so you can see how to do it on desktop. Yeah, I've got 2,800 followers now. Okay, so my followers have increased as well. All right, so I want you to see how it looks. Wait a minute, let me just check the comments, make sure. Okay, and Tiffany said, love that, haha. Transfer the video. Nope, you don't have to transfer anything. Cool. I didn't know that you can from desktop. Yep. I'm going to show you the magic now, my love. Okay, so let me just scroll down. Hang on, let me put that video on pause. Over there on my phone. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down because this is, they keep changing the layout. And so they've changed the layout. You really can see it on the phone, but we'll go back to the phone in a minute. Let's go with desktop now. Below your highlights, when you're on your desktop, you can see the posts. Now see these top 3 posts? These are all IGTV videos. Okay, you see this one here had 259 views. All right, this one had 85, and this was just a podcast audiogram. All right, this one here where it says part 2 with 259 views, that's what happened. I went over 10 minutes, so I actually did a little poll on my Facebook page and asked people if I should split it into 2, and they said yes. I'm sorry, I did the poll on my Instagram story. I did it both places, really, but I ended up posting this in both places. So I split it. And that second one got more views. And I think that it's because more people saw this when they came either to my profile or when Instagram put it out in the feed. They wound up seeing the second one because these both went up on the same day. This is the part 1 over here, and this is part 2 here. Okay, so to get to IGTV, you just click that button here. And I'm trying to hover over to make sure you see that this is where the IGTV button is. Please type in the chat. Let me know you're seeing that here on desktop. Okay. And you see this one was 1 minute and 7 seconds. Okay. So now here's where you would upload a new video. All right, so I don't have a video prepared to upload right now, but I just want you to see this is where you would upload it. This is where you will put your cover photo. You want to make sure that you always have, it's like your thumbnail. And with that said, I wanted to tell you about a resource that I'm using for the thumbnails. Okay, and it is... Hang on one little second. Our dear friend, Roberto Blake. Roberto Blake, yes. He's got a starter kit just like he has for YouTube. He's got an Instagram starter kit. Woohoo! That's probably another reason why I got so many views on that latest video was because people saw that in the news feed, and it just looks classy because it's from Roberto's template. Okay, and so you can get those at eileen.link/starter kit, and I will definitely type that into the chat. So, and I see that my friend Barb T is in the house. Okay, and just when you go to that, just go ahead and look for the Instagram kit. And Barb T said, "Hey there, I see the button from the desktop. Thank you. Thanks. Somebody follow my directions. Thanks, Barb." Thanks for letting me know that you were able to see it. Okay, and now also I need to do something else here and make sure that I don't miss my chat because last... When you go to that, okay, hang on. Last week I missed out on grabbing my chat. And YouTube was very, very funky with the chat last week. I don't know why. Thanks, Rob. I see that you, for some reason, YouTube does not like for some people to post links unless they're moderators. But there you go. Okay. You got to put the HTTP up there. Okay, thank you. Yes, and I forgot to do that. I appreciate it, hon. All right. And, oh, yeah, Beauty Bubble also said, yep, I see it. Okay, good. All right. So let's go back to the desktop now. All right, so I'm going to have to move things around a bit. No problemo. think we're all straight now. Okay, so here's where you would drop your video. And like I said, my suggestion when you're getting started, excuse me, make that video a little bit over 1 minute, but not too much, because you're getting your followers or your audience used to clicking through that video. They're already used to watching 1 minute videos on Instagram. Okay, so next, this is where you will put that thumbnail. You're going to use that starter kit. The lovely, lovely thing about IGTV, you put your title in, right? But your description, you can add links. You can add links and they are clickable. So I will put that in here. Starter kit. All right, so those links are actually clickable on IGTV. And here's the magic button right underneath here, this box. Of course, it's not going to let me do it because I didn't upload a video. But it says, share preview to feed. Shares the first minute. Viewers can tap to watch the full video. And I'm going to see if we can show you the little prompt that comes up. Then you can make it visible on just your IGTV. Of course, this is the default. You can't turn that off. On IGTV and on your Facebook page. And on your Facebook page. And guess what? You don't have, let me see. I want to say this in a positive way. You have multiple options if you have multiple pages. It's not just the same page that you have connected to your Instagram account. So, for example, I have my business page, which is Miss Eileen Speaks, or it's also called Eileen. That's my business page that I have connected to my Instagram. So when I do Instagram stories and I want to share it to Facebook, it goes to my page. However, on this option here, I can use any of my Facebook pages that I have control of. All right, so if I wanted to use my basic blog tips, okay, or, I wouldn't use my daughter's Better Than Success, but it's there. And if I had another page, I could connect it. Okay, so let's just say I was logged out of Facebook and logged into my work account or something like that. You could connect that page here, and then that IGTV would also go to your page. And I know all of us who just love horizontal video, just take a deep breath. It's okay because it plays fine on mobile, on Facebook, okay? It may look awkward in other places, but it'll be fine on Facebook. Okay, wait. So IG Kit is the same for YouTube. No, I landed on YouTube Kit. No, you have to, I'm sorry, Barb, you have to look for the IG Kit. Go up to the top of the page. I could not find a special link. I'm an affiliate for Roberto Blake, and I could not find a special link for the Instagram kit. So I'm going to assume that you will still be cookied with the YouTube one. Okay, I apologize for that because I just right before I went live, I said, oh, let me go grab my Instagram starter kit link. And even if, he says, no, I don't have the affiliates for the Instagram, that's okay. Y'all know I love Roberto. Okay, so that's not the end of the world. And Beauty says, and how for sharing the IGTV link? Maybe I missed those prompts. For sharing the link, you don't share the link. Okay, let's go back. 1 second, I just want to say hi to my friend Wambui. Said it. Hey, Wambui, or Wambui. Hi. And Carla Jenkins, she is the... Wait a minute. Let me make sure I get it right. She is the project queen on IGTV. She's ranking #1 for a project because she does project management. Hey! And I don't know why you're laughing at me, Ruth, but I'm sure I was being quite delightful. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Yes, who doesn't love Roberto Blake? He's such an inspiration. Okay, let's go back and make sure that the beauty gets to see that. All right, so I'm just going to cancel the page part. The magic button, beauty, is this one right here that says share preview to feed. Share the first minute. Viewers can tap to watch the full video. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in a second. All right. So just to say you get interrupted while you're uploading this, or what happened to me was, and this is why I know that I needed to make sure that it was at least 1 minute. When I uploaded my video, it wasn't 1 minute. That's why I added the bloopers at the end. Because I said, oh, I'm not getting the option to show the preview on Instagram. Oh, that's not good. So I've put together some bloopers to add to the end of it. And then voila. Okay. And so, like I said, this was perfect for me because even as a follower, if I'm a follower of Eileen, I basically watched the whole video. Maybe I don't want to see the bloopers. It wasn't that serious, y'all. It was only 2 bloopers anyway. But I've basically watched the whole video. I've consumed the whole video, which is probably why I had that higher retention than what I normally get, which was the 22% retention. Now, beauty, did you see that time? Well, I want to show you how it looks on the Instagram side. And I'm getting flowers. Thank you so much. They match my shirt. And Ruth says, I'm always delightful. Thank you, honey. All right, let's see what it looks like on the Instagram side. Okay. Oh, let's just do it on the desktop part first. Let's go back. Hang on, guys. 1 second. All right. Here's my profile on Instagram. Okay. And I'll just push play, but I will fast forward. Okay, so here, my whole description is there. And because I'm in IGTV, remember, even though I logged into Instagram, I clicked that IGTV button. This link right here is working. And this is a link to go over to my kit, which is where I have all of my products, not just the Amazon products, but even my affiliate products. Okay, let's go back to the video. All right. So here's wait a minute. I want to mute that. Now, this may not behave the same way. Hang on. Let me think about this. It's probably, it may not show the prompt because I'm actually on the Instagram side, but because it's desktop, it's behaving a little differently. So there was the blooper. No, so you don't see the prompt. So we're going to have to show that on phone. All right, not a problem. Okay, let's get the phone up. And let's hide me. Let's go over to my Instagram. All right. Go to that video. Oh, that prompt is there during the whole time. No, it just popped up. It wasn't there the whole time. It just popped up right at the very beginning. See, watch full IGTV video. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys saw that. So if you weren't paying attention, look at the screen now. See, it says watch full IGTV movie. And if I click that, it just goes right over there. One more time. Watch full IGTV video, not movie. Video. Okay? So this is what's new. This is what's new, folks. This is what's got me excited and got me going back over to IGTV because I had abandoned it. And so the other examples that I want to give you, things that I was experimenting with, were using my the audiograms. The audiograms are very, very popular for podcasters to promote and all of that. Okay. So, yeah. And even though if somebody's on desktop, and this is really a point that I hadn't really thought about until showing you guys just now. Even though I'm on desktop, these links are still working. Whereas even if I was looking at anything on the Instagram, in my Instagram feed, the links would not work. But they are working on the IGTV videos that are in my feed. Very interesting. Okay. And I'm going to go into, let's see if there's insights. So you can't see the insights on desktop. You can't see your insights on desktop. All right, I'm going to say that one more time. You cannot see your IGTV insights on desktop, or at least I haven't found a way yet. And that's no big deal. You just go to your phone. So if you're someone who doesn't really use it from your phone, because you could be a totally desktop user and still use Instagram, right? You just won't be able to see your insights. You just have to borrow somebody's phone just to see your insights until I find another way. All right, so I'm going to show you insights from another video, okay? Because I talked about the 22% retention, but I didn't really show you guys another example. Let's see what else we got. Very cool. Got it. Thank you so much. You're welcome, dear. You're quite welcome. All right, let's go in here. It's a two-step process. Oh, no. I didn't have to do a two-step process. Okay. So the video that was just an audiogram of my podcast didn't do as well, and I don't even think I can see those. It's a different kind of insights when you're on the Instagram side. Click those three dots. Sorry, you can barely see the three dots because of the transcription that's going across the bottom of the screen. So I'll show again where the three dots are to bring up this menu here. For the insights. This is a better version of the insights than the ones that you'll see from the Instagram side, okay? Actually, this got a little bit better. I went up to 14% now. That's not bad for an audiogram, okay? Let's go to the next one. Let's go to this one here where it was a part 2. Okay, I had to go and put a different shirt on so I could match what I was wearing in the video. That was nuts. Okay, see, that was only 2%. Even though I did have, 259 viewers with 57 likes, and I had the 9 comments, but it was only 2% of the retention time. So this is what I was getting used to. So this is why you have to experiment, you guys. And, I'm making the suggestion here that you make your video just a little longer than a minute. But y'all know my mantra, you always got to test because y'all got a different audience. You have different topics. You've got a different way that you're going to produce your videos. You may have all kinds of things flashing across the screen to get people's attention. You may be more high production than me. You may be more low production than me. Doesn't matter. Your audience is going to determine how long folks listen. And just because my audience listens at a certain time doesn't mean that your audience isn't going to watch. I meant to say watch. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And I just want to encourage you guys to give the IGTV a try again. There's so much going on with Instagram and with stories and with the news feed and with Instagram Live and with IGTV. So my experience has been doing some repurposing of content of my Instagram Live. And I wanted to go over that real quick because Rob talked about this, about, it was being a pain going back and forth from your phone. Because when you go live on Instagram, you have that ability to download that video when you're done with that live. Now, with that said, if you go on Instagram Live for a long time, more than half an hour, and I don't know what the breaking point is, but I do know a lot of people have said it did not save. So, that can happen. So what you need to do is to make sure that you get in there and record it. I know, it was jumping through another hoop. But if you have some really good content that you, especially if you're doing an interview, because you can bring people on for an interview on Instagram Live, okay? Or for a conversation. It doesn't have to be an interview. It could just be a conversation on Instagram Live, okay? I'm not a huge fan of doing it that way, but the content of whatever is being talked about is what's really important, or whatever's being shown. So I'll just give you a couple of the downsides of doing the Instagram Live and bringing someone in, okay? What happens, in fact, I just got a notification that somebody was going live. So let's see if we can get over there and see this live stream. I'm going to take this out of the tripod. When you're live on Instagram, okay, that's okay. This phone froze up, but that's okay because I got another one. Sitting right here. That was a 6 Plus. And so got the 8 Plus right here. Okay, so when you are live on Instagram, and it was Quincy Harris, who is one of our local disc jockeys, and I'll show you what I mean. And in fact, Nikki interviewed him for the podcast. He's more than just a local disc jockey. He used to be on the news, on the radio, and now he has his own talk show. He just walked away. There he goes. He has his own talk show here in Philadelphia. They call it The Q. So Quincy Harris, Nicole did a marvelous interview with him, and like 2 weeks later, he announced that he got his show, and that he's had that show for like 2 years now. So this is the thing. See the comments coming up from the bottom of the screen. Around the halfway point is where they stop going up the screen. Now, that's all fine. If I wanted to hide the comments, there is a way that I can hide the comments when I'm watching a live. Let's see if I can figure out how I can do it. I'm not going to send them a request to join, but anyway, can't figure out how to hide them, but I do know you can hide them because I asked Sue Zimmerman about it, and she said, yeah, just swipe, whatever. Doesn't matter. Can't figure it out. However, when you bring someone on this live Instagram, you take up the top half of the screen and they take up the bottom half of the screen, which means these comments are going to be blocking their face or whatever it is they're showing. Typically, it's going to be their face, right? He's talking, I'm talking, we're having a conversation. What are you drinking today, Quincy? That looks like some good tea, blah, blah, blah. When people watch the replay, they cannot get rid of those comments, and those comments will be in front of your guest's face because the host is always on top and the guest is on the bottom. And I'm going into this conversation because a friend of mine was just starting her interview show, and she's here in Philadelphia, and she is a forensic scientist. And she was interviewing another person who does autopsies. Here we go. Another forensic scientist, okay? And it was just she needed to get that replay, and I helped her by recording it for her from desktop. But the problem was, like I said, she had this guest on who she really wanted to feature. The guest was the one doing most of the talking. She was talking about conducting autopsies and, working in the labs and all that. I mean, it was really great content, okay? But the whole entire time, all those comments were right in front of her face, and she was a gorgeous gal as well. So, I mean, the content was still good, and my friend was really, really happy that I was able to, do some wizardry, because it did not save to her phone like it was supposed to, like it had done in the past. And I actually advised her, you should do your interviews on Facebook. And I think that's what she's doing now, because you don't want to lose content like that. That's golden stuff there. Okay. And so, if you have to, record, because it doesn't save to your phone. What you're going to do, if you have a Mac, no, I'll give you an option even if you don't have a Mac. You get the Reflector 2 app. I'm sorry, it's called Reflector 3. They're up to the third version now. Reflector 3. It costs about $15 or so. And you record with that. You play it back, because you would just connect your phone to the computer and you play that back, and then you can hit the record button on the Reflector, and you just have to sit, or do something else while it's recording. So you can make your recording. There's a couple ways you can do it. On Macs, you would use QuickTime, and there's a couple of other tools that you can use as well. But you want to edit that video down if you're going to repurpose it on IGTV. Because first of all, there's a limit of 10 minutes. And I tried that part 1 and part 2 thing. It went okay, but I got like almost 100 more views on part 2 than I did on part 1. And it's like, well, part 1 was supposed to come first. So I don't know if that was just based on the way that Instagram was pushing it out in the feed. Not sure. Hey, what's up, Mr. Owen? Owen Videos in the house, guys. And Wambo says, sorry, I have to go. We'll catch the replay. Definitely want to check out the Roberto Instagram starter kit that you have. Best weekend ever to all. All right. Thank you, Wambo. Oh, you know what? I can show you the starter kit. I can give you a little bit of a looky at Roberto's starter kit. I need to make sure I add that to my kit as well. All right, and it's the Awesome Academy. And I'm just going to, I don't know that I can show you guys too much of this, so I'm just going to make sure I just stay in my lane, okay? Just to give you an idea of what's in here, and I'll just open up the IGTV templates, and he's got like getting started and stories background templates and Instagram backgrounds, advanced Instagram stories templates, bonus Instagram training, and so forth. And let's see what the IGTV covers, just to give you an idea of what they look like. Okay, this is good because this isn't actually showing you them all. This is just giving you an idea. And this is the one here with the circle around the guy, and I just took him out and put myself in there. You would have never known that I replaced him. Okay, so that's what you get when you're dealing with Roberto stuff, because he just makes it so easy with these templates for you to just take out whatever image is in there, replace the text. You don't have to worry about, do I need a drop shadow? Should I use this blue? You don't have to worry about that. He's done all for you. All you have to do is get your own little headshot of yourself, or if you interview somebody, you get them, and put their picture in there, and you can use Canva. I use Photoshop, but you can also use Canva, I do believe. No, he says, before moving to the advanced Photoshop templates, files can be Photoshop, GIMP, Paint Shop Pro, Affinity, Photopea, or Pixlr. Okay, so maybe the YouTube starter kit you can use in Canva, but it doesn't look like you can use these in Canva. Okay, and he has all that information there before you even sign up. And I gotta say hi to my girl, Dryer Buzz, Atlanta's Original Digital. Finally, I heard you say it on one of your periscopes, and I'm like, oh, you're the Original Digital. I thought there was something missing, but there's not. That's the way it's supposed to be. You were right on podcast tips. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I said, but yeah, my podcast tips. Had to rename and resubmit. Oh, okay. Oh, about the naming of the podcast. Yes. Yeah. You know, see, that's not new stuff. I mean, I understand that, you know, Anchor, they don't do a great job of telling people these kinds of things. And the reason why they don't is because they don't know them. And they've got a whole different focus. Oh, speaking of podcasting and Anchor, are y'all following James Critland? James Critland does Pod News, okay? Because you can either follow his personal Twitter or Pod News, which comes out as a flash briefing, and it's a daily podcast, Monday through Friday. And I just so happened to be looking at his Twitter this morning because I know he's at Podfest. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Spotify inked a deal with Samsung. Not like my mic, Samsung, who makes phones. You know, a lot of the Android phones, they probably got like 80% of the Android market. I don't know, I just made that number up. So Spotify is going to be pre-installed on Samsung phones. I don't know when that's going to start, probably next year. Another big win for podcasting because podcasts are on Spotify. And Spotify said that they wanted to do a lot of investment in podcasting. Okay. So make sure that you're following him. And you know what? I'm going to... So sorry. I'm dry from, you know, having the heat and stuff on all the time. I'm just going to real quickly go over to his website. Because he definitely has all the pod news. And he's British, and he started in radio. However, I believe he lives in Australia now. And so you can go through and read. These are all the sponsors that he has over. I think most of them are on Patreon, but he also has another way people can sponsor him. Talk about monetizing a podcast. This man has done it really, really well because he's got the ads on the show notes to the podcast. And like I said, these are like all the podcast hosts and the podcast networks and the apps. Brilliant guy. So you want to know about podcasting, also follow him as well. Spotify is where I listen to podcasts, is what Barb says. Yeah. So only one thing that Spotify has got to get with the program, and that is about the formatting of your show notes. Because, you know, you format your show notes. You want all of your links to show up. Like I was showing you how the links show up on IGTV. When you're looking at show notes on Spotify, it's all one big blob of text. There's no formatting at all. None. It's just straight text all the way down. You don't even know where the paragraphs. And links, forget that. They're not working. Good morning, Queen. I need help with my live stream. Okay, now somebody did earlier ask about the newest with Ecamm. And so since Antoine, if there's not any more questions about IGTV or insights about IGTV, let's roll over into talking about live streaming. So what is your question? And if Rob Fuzz is still here, the latest with Ecamm is really the pricing model. The pricing model has changed, and y'all know I told y'all that was going to happen, right? So, and so I still say what I said even before they changed their pricing model. Get in now while you can, because it's still super affordable, because what you can do with Ecamm is very comparable to what you can do with the really expensive top of the line programs like, Wirecast and all that good stuff. And these guys are super duper smart developers who still are willing and very capable of coding just about anything you want coded, as long as Mac allows it, Apple, because it's a Mac app, and as long as Facebook, as most of you want to stream on Facebook. I know I'm one of the few that is like the diehard YouTube streamer. As long as Facebook will allow it, and YouTube and Twitch will allow it, pretty much they're smart enough to know how to code it. Okay, so I can put up you guys' comments like this. I can change the way the comments look. If I want to change the size of the fonts, I can do that. Let's make it smaller. If I want to get rid of the background, which I wouldn't. I should have never changed it, because now I got to get it back to the way it was. But if I wanted to, I could. And so let me just take it back up to the size that I want. And, some of the other platforms have really slick looks to their comments, but they don't let you just change the way they look on the fly. You may be able to change some of the branding, some of the colors, but you pretty much can change that background and that text to any color you want to change it to. And I got Ecamm about 6 weeks ago. Have installed it yet. We'll do live on May. Oh, okay. Michael Heel, thank you. Thanks for joining, and thanks for sharing that information. And had to step away talking about EcammLive. Yeah, just, talking about the fact that they have, changed their pricing model. And now the other thing that is one of the latest with EcammLive is the fact that you can use it as a virtual cam. And so I started to go live with Streamyard today and using Ecamm as the virtual cam. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I might as well just use Ecamm, because I always offer you guys to come on and nobody ever wants to come on. So, and Larry says, is there a way to use Ecamm in a group without being an admin? Yes, with the virtual cam, like I just mentioned. I had planned to use it for a 1-hour webinar, but it didn't recognize the group since I wasn't an admin. I had to use native Facebook Live. That's right. You use native Facebook Live and use Ecamm as the virtual cam. I done it. And I did it over in my group. So you should have saw that. Larry, great question though. Yeah. And so that is one of the big benefits. In fact, I kind of like shocked everybody in the group, in the Ecamm group, by explaining that to them. This, by Ecamm being the virtual cam, you can use it in any group. You don't have to be a moderator or admin, because you just go live with the regular Facebook Live. And in fact, the layout was off only for certain people, and I guess it had to do with my webcam or whatever. The layout was off because I usually have this banner up, which I decided not to wear today, not to use today because of what I was wearing. I usually have this banner up, but I thought this just is being too busy with the colors, so I didn't. And initially, this is what the beauty of having a beta group and beta testers. Initially, this was not showing up correctly. It was getting cut off. And so the guys in Ecamm, they were like, oh, don't worry, we'll fix it. And they fixed it. So you can go live in any Facebook group. You need Chrome. And it might work with other browsers, but ain't nobody got time for that. I can tell you it works with Chrome, okay? And I think you only can do Facebook Live in Chrome anyway. And when it's time for you to select your camera, you select Ecamm as your camera. Now, since Larry's super techie, and for those of you who just would like to see this anyway, you need to always make sure that your settings are indicating that Ecamm is the camera that's selected. So here we go. Let's do a screen share. All right, so I'm in the back end of my Chrome. Go to Advanced. You go to Content Settings. Okay? And then you go to Camera. As before accessing. So there you go. Ecamm is there, as well as FaceTime and Brio. And actually, I have the Snap camera installed here too, but I had to turn it off. I didn't have to turn it off, but I wanted to turn it off because I was getting myself confused with which camera. So if you do have any trouble, then that's how you do your troubleshooting. You go into Chrome and see if it's there. Okay? Interesting. I need to do more testing. I do remember that. I had the option to screen share Ecamm, but it showed the producer view. I'm not sure what you mean by the producer view. So we'll get together and I'll show you. I'll show you again. I can't do it while I'm on Ecamm because then I don't want to blow things up. All right, let me see. What else is there? Okay, Ecamm has the green screen. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Ecamm has the green screen, which is great. And they also even put in some images. So you may see a lot of folks that are hanging out at the same spot because they actually put some images in there for us to use. I might be able to show that. Let's see if I can. No, I can't really. I can just show you that there's this little window that lets you pick an image, but I can't show you the images because I'm not using a green screen. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's not worth sharing. It's not worth showing, to be honest with you. Just that they've got a brick wall, or you could be in a castle, which looks very medieval, or you can be in a home office, which is the one that probably most people like to use. And the other option they have there for us is a modern house. So I've seen some folks using that as well. And I have to go into demo mode. I have to move things around. It's not that serious to show you guys. Just to know, basically any image. You can get any stock image. You can be in space. You could be wherever you want. Once you have that green screen, which mine is over there. I don't have it set up, and I'm not going to bring it out. You have to have good lighting on your green screen, and then you can transform yourself. And I've done that here on YouTube before. So if anybody wants to just leave me a question, or you can fill out a comment if you're watching the replay of this and just say, yes, where's that green screen video? And I will show you examples. And there's just so many users now that are using it with the green screen. You just have to make sure that your lighting is good. Your green screen has to be well lit, and you have to have a good green screen. Now, the one I use is the Elgato. It's expensive, But there are more affordable ones out there. They're just not as convenient to use. Larry has the Elgato as well, which is just like you just open it up. And so it can't be easier than that. The other ones are kind of like fabric and you got to drape it over. It's annoying. So this way, you really don't have to have it dedicated setup, because once you collapse it, and I've done the unboxing here on YouTube as well, so you can see exactly how that Elgato green screen looks. Okay. Let me see. I'll show you. I'll share with you some of the other things that they have going on back here. Oh, the sound levels. Now that's important too. And also the screen sharing. The way you guys have been seeing me screen share my phone, it's not using any of those third-party apps. It's not using the QuickTime or the reflector. I got rid of the reflector off of my computer, especially now, because all I have to do is plug in through USB and bam. My phone is right there and it's plugged into my computer through USB, and I'll show you. And all I have to do is just get rid of, don't want you to see my password, but I'll just open it up, turn it on, so you can see that, and nobody does it this easy. Nobody. Well, all I have to do is plug it in, and there it is. Okay, so Ecamm's, they do that better than anybody that I use. Like I said, I've never used Wirecast, but at the price of $500 and something, I don't know that it's worth it for me to even experiment with that when I have Ecamm. Let's see. So the recording levels, being sure that if you're playing, and you can play a pre-recorded video. So when you do that, you can also play a pre-recorded video, yet narrate over top of it. So you need those volume controls so you can turn down the audio that's coming from the video, turn up your mic, and so you're in the background, the video's playing, but your voice can be heard. So that's a great way to do webinars and presentations. You just record everything, all the steps of what needs to happen on the screen, but yet you narrate over top of it. Another thing that most of these other apps don't do well or at all. And then you can, I showed you how you can put the text up. You can do image overlays. You can do PDF. I can drag a PDF in here. I can drag a PowerPoint in here and do a presentation. I can, honey, there's so many things that you can do with Ecamm. What can't you do? That list would probably be a lot quicker. The only thing that I personally am not a huge fan of, but I have done it before, is that you have to use Skype in order to bring people on, which is why I've been using Streamyard to do that and using Ecamm as the virtual cam. But like I said, then most of the time you guys don't want to come on. And I'm like, what? Nobody wants to come on and play with me. Is there any advice you can give me to fix my live stream? It was working fine until I turned cookies off, and I have Streamlabs app. Any suggestions? Actually, the only suggestion that I have for Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is PC based, Streamlabs OBS, whereas I'm on a Mac, so I can't use it. I've never used it. I've only used their mobile app, which I love. Their mobile app for iOS is fantastic. But I do know Streamlab is the bomb on Twitter. Reach out to them on Twitter. They have fantastic support. Contact their support, and then also double up by contacting them on Twitter. And if you've already done that, let me know, and I will retweet you and chime in and say, hey, y'all haven't answered Antoine. How's that? That's the best I can do. You have me hooked on IGTV again, working on uploading a good food recipe, always inspiring us. All right, yay! That's what I want to do. That's my goal here. And here is my lovely Diana. Entre Woman TV. Hello, Miss Eileen and crew. Good morning. Been listening in for a while and loving the content. Yay! And I hope you've had a chance to troubleshoot some of the stuff you and I talked about, Diana. Oh, you're using iPad. Okay. You got me. You're using the Streamlabs mobile app from your iPad. But see, when you say you cleared your cookies, that's got me confused. I don't know anything about, I don't have an iPad. Never did. I don't know anything about why you would need to clear cookies on your iPad. And since Streamlabs is an app, I don't see why the cookies, because to me, cookies means your browser, your Chrome or your whatever. Are you using the Streamlabs mobile app? Are you trying to use something from the browser? Because if you're trying to use something from the browser, that could be your problem, Antoine. Because that's not a thing that I know of. I've never seen anybody else do it, put it that way. And you don't need to. You just use the mobile app. Okay? And Rob always gets excited when he sees Larry. You guys have been such a wonderful group today. And, last week when I was talking about putting up my end screen, I know some people were a little concerned and they said the end screen is blank. Yes, it's blank while I'm live. But when people are watching the replay, and see, this is one of the benefits of having the starter kit from Roberto Blake, because that's where I get the template from for the end screen. But when people are watching it in the replay, they actually see those squares filled in with the things that you can fill in from the end card. Okay, so you guys, thank you for your concern about the end screen. And what I need to do here is, first thing I need to do is figure out where Eileen's logo is. Yeah. And then that'll look a whole lot nicer. And so what I have to do today is get my taxes done. See, I don't wait till the last minute. I just wait till next to the last minute. And so what I want you to do is make sure that you do watch some more of these wonderful IGTV and Instagram tutorials that I have for you. Don't forget #2taps, and I'll see you next week with another video. Thanks so much for joining me. It's been Eileen. Peace.